welcome back to our channel. So today I wanted to make a quick video. I'm actually in front of my hair stylist salon. I'm about to get my hair done, my monthly hair appointment. But I wanted to make this quick video because I think this is important, and I think a lot of people go through this, whether they know or don't know, or have been diagnosed or have not been diagnosed yet. I think this is very, very regular, especially within the Black community. And so I try to be a person of awareness and an advocate for mental health, and understanding that, you know, everybody is going through things, everybody has problems, everybody has certain issues that is normal in life and a part of life. And so I try to bring that to the forefront, because a lot of times I feel like what I'm going through, nobody is, you know, or I rarely hear somebody actually talking about the same things. So I just try to be someone that you can relate to, you know, be relatable to the world, and just, you know, just be open, right? So anyway, I last year went to the doctor for my job, for work purposes. And I told them, you know, I feel like I have anxiety when it comes down to speaking on the phones. And make a long story short, I was able to get medical documentation that avoids me being on the telephone. For a long time, you know, I've always felt and knew that, you know, my attitude or the way that people may say things to me or approach me can really kind of set me off. But it was until maybe last year or so where I started to realize, okay, I just rather not really deal with people and talk to people face to face or on the phone if I don't have to, because it just creates this uncomfortableness for me, right? So then I started to realize I don't like to be out in public or around people. It kind of gradually, you know, escalated to, okay, you just don't want to deal with nobody really. And what that means is, you know, I have limits. I've always been an introvert. Okay, let me just say that. I've always been an introvert. I've always been the type of person that rather just be alone. And I have to have my moments or be in the mood to want to be around someone or deal with other people, right? That kind of excludes a little bit of my family, you know, because they're my family, so I have to deal with them at certain times. But primarily, for the most part, I like to be by myself. Now, that is kind of hard when you have kids and when you are, you know, on the internet. You know, you have to be social. So how can you be a social media, you know, influencer or content creator and be or have social anxiety? I realized that I may have social anxiety when it started the idea of us going back to office at work. And I think I kind of briefly talked about this on here, but my job told us that we had to start going back into the office 1 day a week. In fact, I know I told you guys about this, but anyway, and so I started to think about it. And I think a lot of things factor into me feeling like I have social anxiety. The pandemic, I think, has some things to do with it. Although I loved being in the house during the pandemic, I don't like going out anyway like that. I loved it. But it also, I think, deepened the urge of wanting to be in the house and not really deal with people. I think it deepened that motion for me. I think, you know, my past relationships and situations have a lot to do with anxiety when it comes down to dating. I talked to my therapist about this, and I'm also talking to her tomorrow because I have a session tomorrow about this. But you know, just the fact of everything that's going on in the world, you know, it also adds to that social anxiety. And just, you know, I didn't realize, well, I kind of realized this, but even with my dental work, you know, it looks like I'm missing a tooth, right? You guys know I got, you know, work done, surgery, getting a tooth implant, but that also deepened my anxiety of wanting to talk to people and communicate and be face to face, because I don't want to say I'm embarrassed, because I know that I'm not going to be walking around like this for the rest of my life. I know what's going on, right? But to the person who don't know me or has just met me, all they see is she has a missing tooth, you know, or she has space in her mouth. And it's not embarrassing, and I don't want to say it takes away my confidence, but just a little bit, you know? It's not to the point where I feel like I just cannot be outside. Like, I'm outside right now, I'm still interacting with people, but in a setting where I'm trying to get to know someone or allow a man to get to know me, and you know, you're physical, that's the first thing you see with people, you have to make a good impression. And I'm a person who cares about, you know, her impression and how she looks when she meets somebody. And so I can't give you my life story right now, you know what I'm saying, when I'm talking to you or meeting you and say, listen, you know, don't mind this, you know, that will be awkward. So I think a lot of those factors plays into, you put all those factors, the pandemic, my past relationships and situation, you know, everything that's going on with my physical appearance, you put all that into the pot, and I definitely feel like that's what has created my social anxiety. So as I stated, I went to the doctor not only last year, but I also went a couple weeks ago, because like I said, they wanted us to come back into the office, and was like, listen, I can't, I'm not comfortable. I'm so content at being at home. I'm so content with just being in my own little world, and then I have to go into the office, I have to talk to you, I have to communicate with you. I don't want to do that. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to interact with you. I don't want to, you know, do any of that. People asking me questions, talking to you. Mind you, I've never been into the office ever since I've had this job. I've never been into that office. The only time I ever went to that office was to pick up my equipment, but I've never been to that office. So I've never met anybody in person ever. When I tell you ever, and I've been at that job for 3 years. It's just like, you know, people are gonna want to talk to you. How you doing? How's the kids? Oh my God, if I can get to me. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do, I used to just fake the funk and just laugh it off and have smaller conversations with people. But as I get older, I am telling myself, listen, you don't have to put yourself or allow yourself to be put into uncomfortable situations. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. You don't have to be mean or rude about it. You just don't have to do it. And so, you know, I'm just telling myself, like, listen, whatever makes you uncomfortable, exit the situation. And so anyway, I talked to my doctor about it and say, yeah, it does sound like you have a lot of social anxiety. I don't want to say that I was diagnosed per se, because they didn't do any testings or anything, but they definitely agreed that I do have social anxiety. And so they even gave me medical documentation to provide to my job. I say all that to say, I really want to know what's the root of me having social anxiety. Yeah, I know I just said all those things may factor into it, but I just want to know the root, because I was always an introvert, like I said, but it never escalated to really not, like right now, you know, I have like I said, I have a hair appointment, and every time I think about how to do something to go somewhere, I'm ready for it to be over. Like, I'm ready for it to be over. And I didn't used to be like that. I was talking to my coworkers via text message, we're in a group, and we were talking about going out for my birthday. And I really want to go out for my birthday. I really want to do something for my birthday this year. My birthday is May 19th. It's on a Friday. I really want to do something because I don't go anywhere. But then starting to think about it and having to go out and having to see them and having to get ready, I'm like, okay, maybe not. It's like I want to do things mentally, but when I physically start to think about what I have to do to get to that point, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't know. It's just, I really hope and pray that I can overcome this. I'm definitely not doing any kind of medications or anything like that. I'm trying to learn other things that I can do to help the situation, and think about things that I can do to you know, overcome, you know, social anxiety. But I also feel like, because I have a lot on my mind, I have a lot going on, I have a lot of things that I have to deal with, and I'm also going to talk to my therapist about this, which I have already, but I'm going to talk to her more about it. I think another part of me having social anxiety, or just anxiety period, is because I have so much on my plate. I have to do everything for my little family, which is me and my kids. I am responsible for them. And so when you are a person who, I'm not trying to be perfect, but when you are a person who's trying to get to a certain level to make sure you and your kids are good, to make sure you never have to worry about anything and your kids never have to worry about anything, it heightens that anxiety, because you want to do it, you want to complete it, you want to make sure you get it done, you want to make sure everything is taken care of. And I feel like I can't just relax. It's always something that needs to be done, always something I have to do, always me having to be responsible for something. It's something I always have to do. It's something I'm always responsible for. It's something I'm always have to take care of. I never feel like I can relax. And until my life is good and is set, I feel like I'm gonna always have anxiety, because I can never just relax. I'm gonna go in a little bit, but I just wanted to make this quick video. If you guys, you know, suffer from anxiety, or you know what I'm talking about, comment down below and let me know. And maybe I'll go more in depth about, you know, everything that I just talked about. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. Keep me in your prayers. I'm gonna get through this. You know, you guys know I always talk about the things that I want to do in my life and the things that I want to accomplish, and so that weighs heavy on my mind, and it weighs heavy, you know, on my heart. And so I think that has a lot to do with it too. Again, I'm not trying to be perfect, but I'm trying to make sure my kids and myself is set for life. And I'm a go-getter, and I'm a person who works hard, and I'm not gonna stop until that happens. So you know, I still got a lot of things to learn. I'm still open to a lot of things, a lot of different ways of, you know, living life and making my life better. But you know, but anyway, I gotta go. I just want to share that with you guys. Really, you know, short video. And yeah, comment down below, let me know what you guys think, give me some advice or whatever. And yeah, and if you are going through this, or you have questions, or you want somebody to talk to, please comment down below, let me know. Or, you know, hit me up on my website if you're private. My website is monetscurvycloset.com. And just hit me up, girl, let's talk. Or boy, you know, let's talk. But anyway, I'll catch you guys later. And happy 420. Today's 420, so you know what 420 means if you do that. But I don't, but you know, have fun. All right, be safe too. Anyway, bye y'all.